Alright y'all, so we are in the greenhouse. I went and found all of the my milkweed seeds. So now I just need to make sure that I do some labels, and then I have some hot water in the kettle right now. So once that's done, I'll make sure I get my bag of soil, which is just a seed starting Jesus just a seed starting mix. I like to pour the boiling hot water over it, and it's just to kill any bugs or parasites or anything that are already living in the soil, because I do not trust seed starting or soil companies and stuff like that unless it's going to be fully organic, meaning it's straight compost, and that meaning someone actually made it, not from an actual company. Anyway, so just to make sure I don't have anything, fungus gnats or anything like that inside of my soil, I like to pour the boiling water over it. So I'm gonna go get that. Well, first I'm gonna go ahead on and make my labels. So you guys watch. Get some labels. So I'll be back. Alright, y'all. I have the kettle, a small shovel, labels, marker, seeds, and now let me get something to put the soil in. Alright, y'all. Got something to put the actual seed starting mix in. Let me go ahead on and get this started. I have not had the best luck on these, especially for Baker Creek or seed needs. For the pink milkweed, I'm going to try it again today and see how it goes. I got some blue hyssop that I'm going to be seeding today. And I have some large leaf sorrel that I'll actually be seeding today. I brought my whole little quick little box out here, and this is where I normally leave a lot of my stuff, especially during the time period where I know I'm going to be sowing seeds or I'm not finished sowing seeds. Let's see if I can find something else for us to sow in here. I may or may not be doing some strawberries, and then I'm gonna sow some sweet peas outside. I think that's about it in here, because yeah, everything else is for spring, and it's not quite time yet. Almost, but not quite time. Let's go ahead on and get these labels written out. And like I said, I'm going to be doing about 3 to 4 plants just to make sure they are good to go. Not to mention, if the germination rate is not good on these, I'll probably put 2, maybe 3 seeds in here to see if they take in each of these. And so hopefully, the big hope is that these all germinate, which I think they will, and then I'll be able to share some. I'm going to direct sow the large leaf sorrel the same way as I do the sweet peas. Yeah, that should be good. And then, of course, like I said, I'm going to be doing 2 to 3 plants of milkweed, but I have 4 labels because, of course, like I said, I'm going to be putting 2 to 3 in there, and I just want to make sure that I don't get mixed up with what I'm actually sowing. So let's get this thing started. I'm gonna do this up here so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm sure you can. Alright, let's set this soil here. And of course, like I said, I'm gonna be pouring the hot water all over it. Go slow so that you can make sure that you're covering everything. And I'm going to use this to mix it, get all the way down to the bottom. And as I get down to the bottom, I'm going to pour this hot water. This also hydrates the soil. Let this sit for a little bit before I do anything to it because it is like steaming. Alright, and let's do this thing. anyone who knows me knows I love tea. Like, love tea. In the place of anything. In the place of energy drinks. In the place of coffee. In the place of water. I'll have tea. Yeah, that's good. For those of you who don't know, if you do not enjoy the taste of licorice, like root beer barrels, or the taste of root beer or ginger or anything like that, just leave the licorice root out. But the peppermint, the chamomile, the oregano, everything else that's in here is gonna be good for you. I mean, it's gonna help allergies. It's gonna help with asthma. These are the type of herbs that most people use to kind of help with respiratory problems, which I have really bad allergies here in Texas. I did not have them when I obviously was in Louisiana, which is only right there, which is very, very weird. I don't know why it's like that, but from what the doctor is telling me, it's the juniper that is here. And apparently that's not really big in Louisiana, so yeah, lovely. All right, y'all. Now that there's no more steam coming off of the seed starting mix, I'm gonna go ahead on and put in some, I have some perlite. And I like to put a little bit of perlite in there. And for me, this really does help with, I'm just use the rest of this. This really does help with aeration in your soil to make it so that it's not compact. Your seedlings need to be able to get down through the soil. And that's another reason why I like to use seed starting mix instead of potting mix. Although, there are some very good potting mixes out there. They're a little bit more expensive, the good kind, without all of the extra bark in it. But yeah, for seed starting, I like to use an actual seed starting mix. But that's just me. And like I said, and everybody knows, grow where you are and grow and do the things that is best for your environment. And what's best for your budget and what's best for your garden, you specifically. And of course you can take the tips from other people and learn and try new things, and those things may work for you, and this is what works for me. Y'all, one time I was doing this and I had my tea right next to it, not thinking, pretty much kind of like how I just did there, except I had a top on it. But I forgot my tea was there, and I'm flopping around this soil. Whole big clump of soil goes into my tea. I promise you. If I was anywhere else, meaning like at a community garden or anything, I probably would have drank that tea. Seriously. I would have. Alright. I got that mixed all the way down to the bottom. There still is a little bit of steam in there. And so I'm going to wait to do any, putting into any of the my containers. Normally I do the 10 by 20s along with the trays, and that's to make sure that I obviously have enough space, and I can monitor it a lot easier than if it's like in one of those small trays, seed starting trays. Okay, y'all, so I cannot express the importance of making sure that you have clean trays, clean inserts, because this is how bugs and fungus gnats and everything else come about, is when it's not cleaned. And then you still have the eggs left in there if you had them before, or whatever the case may be. Spider eggs, whatever. This is how they come about. The babies hatch once the soil is there, because they have a nice warm place to go to. And obviously they have food, your seedlings. I'm gonna put this on this side. Give this another mix. Still steaming at the bottom. Y'all, this kettle is the business. I don't know if you guys can see. It's Mason, kind of like Mason. It could be Mason, I don't know. Either way, this is on Amazon, and this kettle with the electronic burner at the bottom, of course it detaches. You can sit it anywhere because the outside does not get hot, only the inside. This kettle is awesome. Check it out on Amazon. Let me finish stirring this. Looking good, y'all. It's looking real good. I don't see anything moving around, of course. But then again, I do not have good eyesight, so I'm pretty sure I'll see something moving around though. Looking good, y'all. It's looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and start using some of this top layer to go ahead and fill this in. Fill my inserts. Ish. No, last year, I'm not talking about last year. The beginning of this year, I used soil blocks for the first time. And although I did love them, I think I need the mini kind, because the size that I have are pretty much the size of these, and the plants did well in them, which I didn't think that they would. But you have to get your the mix perfect in order for it to block up. I guess that's what you call it. But yeah. Woo! Y'all saw that? Crazy shit. Let me try to do one on the other end. We'll put this one on the other end. Yeah. Y'all will find me, find that I talk to myself a lot and I curse to myself a lot. I try not to curse other people. Some people deserve it, but I try not to curse other people. Put this one in the middle. Work this up some more. So it'll start cooling off a little bit more. It doesn't seem hot to the touch, so I'm definitely not going to put the seeds in here just yet. I'm going to let it cool off a little bit more before I put anything in here. My allergy medicine is finally kicking in. I can feel it, that it's kicked in now. And of course my voice starts clearing up a lot more. I don't sound like an old man. I mean, not saying that an old man sounds bad, but this sounds bad on me. It's not my normal voice. It's especially not with my country sounding self, as most people tell me. Although I don't think I have an accent. I probably should show y'all this real quick. Hold on. Okay. I fill them up, although they're not going to be to the very tops of them. Let me let y'all see this. Y'all see this? But once I press it down, let me press this down a little bit so you can see. You see how much is in there? It's not a lot. And I like to do that because as the plant starts to grow, sometimes I like to add a little bit more perlite or vermiculite. I'll put that on top, and that kind of helps the soil also. Or I'll even add a little bit more soil at the top just to make it a little bit more stronger, especially if they're getting a little leggy. I'll add a little bit more soil, and then I will put them, if the greenhouse is not doing it, because there is a tree right there. And I normally have the lights on in here, but if for some reason they're starting to get kind of leggy, I will bring them outside, just so they can get like real sunlight, unless it's cold, and then of course not. Alright, the tray is complete. Soil off the side here. Then I dropped. Alright, I'm gonna come on this side. All right, you guys, I don't know if you can see this. I'm pretty sure you can. All right, let's go ahead on and fill this to the touch. It's just warm, which is good because that's what we want. And I'm going to show you, as a new garden, what you're supposed to do. Alright. We're going to start with the milkweed first. On the back of it, of course, milkweed is for moist locations, which we are going into a moist location during the winter and spring is when we get most of our actual rain. Here in South Texas, I'm gonna say. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys here. Okay, on this side here, on this side of your seed packet, and normally on this one, it tells you about the germination and everything on here at the very bottom. It also tells you the depth that you need to sow the seeds and what temperature is ideal. Although this is an ideal temp, it doesn't mean that's what you exactly have to go by. I mean, right now we have gotten already to probably about 72, 73, and although it was 58 this morning when I woke up, it is a frost hardy plant. As you can see for this milkweed, so frost will not kill it. Like I said, we're supposed to have a semi-freeze this weekend, but they're not going to be in cane. They won't be in cane up yet. So let's get some of these. So now, for me, I like to put a small, I'm gonna do it on this side over here so you can see. I'm gonna do this one. A small impression with my fingertip. Don't dig your finger all the way down. That's not gonna work. Do a, let me get this out of here. Do a small impression, kind of like a dip. Small impression, small impression, small impression, small impression. And that's what you want to do. And this is what the seeds look like. And like I said, I'm gonna put 2 to 3 in each because of the germination rate on these. And before I close it up, I'm gonna let you see what it actually looks like. Some of these are bound to come up. So that's why I'm sewing them so thick, just to make sure that I get the plants that I need. And then, like I said, if I have any extra, then I will give them to others. So these are the seeds here, seeds, and then as I press them, I'm just going to press them down so they don't go anywhere. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of seed starting mix from the sides and cover. Okay, hopefully got the gist of that. Watch me work. See how easy that was? Done and done. Alright, now for the hyssop. And this is just a blue hyssop. And the seeds are very small and they look like this. And these, all I do, and according to the directions, it says seed depth is just a 1/4 inch. So these attract any of the pollinators, and it's also a antiviral. And this is things that I dry and put on my shelf. And again, these I'm not gonna make as big of a dent for. Smaller one, but a dent. And then I'm going to do probably like 2 seeds in each. And y'all, I am one of those people that when I have extra seeds in my hand, sometimes I'll put a few of them back and then the rest I'll throw out in the garden. And in the event that these don't come up, sometimes the ones that are in the garden, the ones that I just threw into the soil and kind of maybe rake the soil just a little bit, those are the ones that actually come up and are a lot stronger. But you do you, and I'm gonna do me. So I have this amount of seeds left in my hand. You guys see that? And I'm just gonna put these out in the garden and watch them grow. All right, y'all, so now that we have sown our seeds, everything should be good to go. As far as just now, we just watch and wait. I love when the seeds first emerge from the soil. That's probably like the best feeling, because then you know that you actually grew that from seed, and it was your love and care that actually got it from the soil coming up. Sometimes, I mean, plants do it on their own, but sometimes they need a little help. Anyway, well, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and if you have any comments or you just want to make an addition to what I just talked about on this video, put the comments below. Thanks, guys.